Dear Geminis and Gemini risings, welcome. We are together for the July monthly horoscope. July is one of those months that makes you say, I am no longer who I used to be, because there is very powerful activity in areas concerning your body, your stance, your decisions, your anger, your courage, and even your money and self-worth. Now, July is a month that pushes you, awakens you, speeds you up, and says, Avon, you need to make a decision. You must make a choice for your life. I can state this clearly. In the first half of the month, the sun will be in Cancer. So what is this? In your second house, this is about money, income, earnings, and your expenses. It is the area of the self-confidence you give yourself. It is the area of trust you place in yourself and your own self-esteem. So who really makes you feel valued? Where are you spending your money? Are you wearing yourself out or depleting your energy while communicating with others? So you may find yourself asking questions like these. Mercury retrograde will be continuing in Cancer, and since it already began in the final days of June, we will be feeling its effects during this period. Payment plans, old financial matters, and past situations related to your self-confidence might come up. I have to state this clearly once and for all. For instance, you may question whether you are getting the return for your labor. By the way, there is a flag. I hope it is not visible on camera. I'll continue. Now, your labor is important to you in July. I mean, I am not just talking about money as a tangible thing sitting in your wallet. You may feel that money is the respect you receive in return for the effort you put in. On July 14, a new moon will take place in Cancer. This new moon is actually a new page for you regarding your income. It may manifest in your life as a business model, sales, or raise, a bonus, or some other new professional venture. But since there is a Mercury retrograde here, rather than a brand new job like up. Perhaps you had a job interview before. You might hear news from there, news from an old job, or former colleagues might make you a different offer. Or if there is a business or financial matter you had planned before but left unfinished, not thinking, will it happen? Won't it? I'm not sure. I can't dare. It may come back into your life. And one of the most important topics in July is you, because Mars is in your sign. What does this mean? It means incredible energy, courage, and struggle, but at the same time, peace, cus vitus, that pionembumius abus mecanima, it means sus. But at the same time, you need to be careful here, especially against accidents while moving quickly. I'm talking about minor things, but you still need to be careful against small accidents. You should be careful about clumsiness and things done in a rush, as Mars and Uranus will be conjunct in your sign around July 4th at the beginning of the month. This is, I can say, actually the most alerting part of July for you. Okay? So you might want to change your outward appearance. Perhaps you might want to take a stand for yourself. You might want to draw your boundaries. You may decide on a stance regarding yourself. But if you're going to make small touches or start something new, you shouldn't ignore the Mercury retrograde. July is not the right month to start things. Mercury retrograde will already be over on July 25th. There's a process you actually need to wait out until then. Meaning, planning to research what you want, but your step afterwards. If you want to end a relationship or start one, you need to give yourself some time for all of this. Because there is a desire for change deep inside you regarding yourself. Something needs to change. Things need to get on track. You need to beautify yourself. You need to be charismatic. You need to handle monetary issues. You need to handle relationship matters. But yes, you need to handle them, but you also need to set aside some time for yourself. There is a harsh angle around July 6th here. Your responsibilities regarding your future plans and finances might increase. Actually, your financial responsibility might increase. Or it could be related to your friend group. Going out and about with a friend group. Maybe they have a wedding, for instance, in their lives. Taking part in that. You need to be careful with your spending here. If the people you are around are causing you to spend too much money, I recommend you reconsider them a few times, these friendships. Venus is moving into Virgo. meaning your home and family sphere. Now, what does this mean? It means you want to beautify your home and family sphere. You might want to spend more time with your family. You might want to beautify your home. You want to bring peace to your home. But Virgo doesn't bring peace to the home by itself. How does it bring it? It brings it as you establish order and organize things. It brings it as you simplify your home. Therefore, decluttering your home, doing a deep clean, and ensuring the flow of energy will bring you double the happiness and peace. I can say this clearly. There is a beautiful angle on July 10th, the healing effect. There is an energy that will resolve past resentments, feuds, inner anger, and trauma. Domos lama. There is an effect where you can heal and say to yourself, okay, I have accepted this, I have forgiven this, I have let this go. I can say this clearly. This is very good for you. Between July 11th and 13th, there might be an unexpected situation regarding family. Sudden news from the family might arrive. There could be a move, a change in order, or tension regarding home and family related relationships. You want to do something, but on the other hand, the home and family order might be saying something else. One of the most important things here is that while you're defending your freedom and putting forth what you want to do, you also need to express your emotions. Meaning what you want to do and why. What are you doing and for what reason? I recommend that you explain this too. Because the other party can understand through your emotions. They might be thinking that you are being stubborn about certain things. Perhaps if you openly express your feelings, they can realize it's not stubbornness, it's about burning bridges for the sake of freedom, but that you truly need this myth. So I can say that communication with those around you will increase a bit towards the end of the month. You might see your siblings, inner circle, neighbors or cousins more often. You may be in more frequent communication. Your short distance travels may increase. It seems like you might have situations where you travel more often on weekends. And as we close out the month on July 29th, a full moon will take place in the sign of Aquarius. If you have matters related to abroad, travel plans, education, or legal issues, this brings a completion to those areas. Above all, in your life, something related to a belief, like wanting to know more, see more, or relating to your life philosophy. If you want more, there is more to this life than what you are currently experiencing. You want to expand further. You want to broaden your horizons. You want to grow your vision. A path might open up for you regarding these things. You may make a decision. You might experience a completion. A matter involving someone living far away could be concluded. Meanwhile, with this full moon, you might realize you no longer want to continue with the same perspective. There is an influence that will truly change you mentally. You are now leaving certain things behind in your mind. I can say you are moving away from things that do not benefit you. And at the same time, there is a very beautiful influence here. You might receive wonderful news at the end of July. You could experience significant developments. You might sign something. You could make a successful commitment. It might be an educational opportunity. If there is news you have been waiting for from loved ones or those close to you that has been lingering for a long time, you might receive very good news regarding that. At the end of the month, Saturn will begin its retrograde. This retrograde will occur in your area of friendships, social circles, organizations, projects, dreams and goals. Who is really by your side and who's just taking up space? You will see this clearly. It will show you which goal is truly yours, which dream is yours, which will add value to your life, and which ones are draining you. Perhaps you're putting too much pressure on yourself, chasing an empty dream. I shouldn't call it an empty dream, but rather I should say this isn't actually what you want. Sometimes we get what we want but doesn't make us happy. Why? Because that is not actually the dream we wanted. That is what I am trying to say. Then, subsequently, Neptune will also begin its retrograde. And if there is this situation regarding friendship where you have been acting too optimistic, meaning it affects you, but the friendship is valuable to you and you've been ignoring things, it will tell you to take another look at them. And by the way, I should also mention that there are very striking influences in love and relationships this month, because Venus being in Leo during the first few days will activate all those close circle and flirtatious conversations and interests. And so In the second half, especially in the second half of the month, relationships might become more integrated. There could be situations like meeting the family, moving in together, or merging your home life with your relationship. I can actually start by advising you to pay close attention to financial matters, especially during the first half of July. Do you know what this month is actually trying to tell you or show you? You should not stay in places where your value is not recognized. You should not remain silent where your value is not appreciated. I am not talking about trying to prove it with anger, by the way. That is also an influence. Pay close attention to this. But if your worth is not acknowledged, staying there is actually a space where you diminish your own value. We cannot get things just by demanding them from the other side. We define and respect ourselves through our boundaries and our own behaviors, right? If your worth is not being recognized, you should not stay silent. There, stating this clearly. I wish you all a wonderful month. Thank you for listening to me as well. See you in the next video.